Hey everyone, this is Minion from Minion's Army, and that's the Monty Python parrot that the clan is named after. And this is my logo. Waiting for the video intro. It should come up soon. If any of you have watched me lately, you know that I like to missay Freeze the Inferno, so that one's courtesy of Slop. But this is my base, and I am currently in Dead Parrots. And I want to give a recap of the CWL. I wanted to do this the first day, but that didn't happen, so now we're on day 3. So Parrots won the first war, and the second war we won 29 to 27. And the third war is underway. When I recorded this, it hadn't finished yet. I believe it finished at 33 to 31, I believe, but we did win that third war, and we're off into war number 3. So Parrots is sitting in second place, just behind by 3 stars from the clan called AB. And I'm going to show you a breakdown of the rounds, and you can see where we are right now. And the clan AB, they won their second round and their first round. You can see them there, and you can compare to us. And we are going to fight them in what looks to be, so it's not in round 4. I believe it is in round 7, maybe. I'm not sure if I scrolled down or not. I didn't. Anyways, here's the breakdown of the clans. And I'm sorry for the choppiness of this, but here we go. And here is the star count for the clan, so everybody can take a look and see where the other members of the clan are at. And I'm going to do 2 replays from Parrots, and then we'll go on to SkyRebels and then to Ready to Clash. So first off, we're going to start with Enforcer. And Enforcer, I was going to show your replay from day 1, but then you threw up another triple, so this one I liked much better, so I decided to show this one instead. Anyways, coming in with the Coconut Loon, the E-Drag to clear out 3 o'clock area. Nice diversion. Giant there with the Royals. King fades to the left, Queen steps up, and she is going to take down the Town Hall with a little bit of help from that E-Drag. So Town Hall goes down. The King is continuing to clear on the path from, he worked from basically about 3:30 to 6 o'clock, opened up that side there. And now we have a funnel set up, at least on the 3 o'clock side. We bring in the Slammer from 12 o'clock, and the Loons, the Dragons, and the Warden from, we'll say, from 1 o'clock to 2:30. And we've got a Bat Wave going off at 10 o'clock, or 10:30-ish. And it's going to clear out a huge portion of this base. So while the Loons and the Dragons were distracting the one Wizard Tower, the Bats took care of that. And then we have the Freeze on the Wizard Tower. And as you can see, I'm going to guess that Enforcer probably could have done without the extra 2 freezes. He just demolished this base. Excellent base recognition, Enforcer. Just now getting some archers down for cleanup, but you're going to have those bats for cleanup as well as the Warden and the Dragons. I mean, super well thought out attack and excellent work leveling a max base. That base is at 119k, so great job, Enforcer. In the next hit, I'm going to show Epic's hit. I'm just going to show 2 hits, I believe, from each of the clans that are part of the Parrot family. So we have Epic's hit coming in here, and he is taking on Bahran, starting off with a Queen Walk at about 2:30, and it's going to press on in. It's super nice when you can take a limited number of troops to take down the Town Hall, especially in these CWL attacks. If you can do a hero charge or like a Sui hero or even just like a Queen Walk, that's really going to open things up for your options to get that 2-star. Obviously, you've got to get the Town Hall, and then you've got to get your 50% to get the 2-star. So that's the meta for CWL. Now, if you can throw down a triple on top of that, that's all the better for before the clan. So Epic is working in, used the jump spell nicely to hit that core. He froze the core, poisoned the core, and is moving straight across. Just now used the Warden ability, and He's pressing on in, freezes the Inferno. He did not poison the Inferno, he froze the Inferno. I don't know why I keep saying that. Anyways, still moving on. Has a little bit of a troop split. Has 4 healers onto the bowlers. I believe that bowler's going to die. Maybe not. And then the healers will then retarget the other troops. We'll see though. Maybe their troops will just catch up with that invincible bowler. Anyways, here we go around. So as his troops circle on around the base in a clockwise rotation, I can go ahead and start previewing the next hits. So Parrots is a big clan, and really the idea for this replay or this video came about because anyone who knows me knows that I absolutely cannot stand CWL week. Parrots is a great big clan. We have big wars. We've been doing 40v40 wars, and during CWL week, you know, we are in Champions 2. We have to ship off our weaker bases so that they can do CWL as well and get the rewards and hammers and such. So what we've set up is a clan that we merged with a while back, SkyRebels. They are housing our fresh 12s and our 11s and a few of our 10s, and then another clan that has some Parrots in it is Ready to Clash. We merged with them probably 3 years ago, and it's kind of become our retirement home for some of our other players that are not as chatty, and we're going to show some replays out of there as well. So next up is SkyRebels, and this is the clan. They are in Crystal 1, and in this clan there are several people who have accounts in Dead Parrots and then have their developing bases in SkyRebels, and so this makes a easy alternative or an easy choice to make for a 30v30 CWL for the other non-max bases. So SkyRebels put down a win for the first 2 CWL seasons. This is the second one. As you can see, there's just 12 minutes left in that war, and they are winning handedly, and they're at the top of the star count. So as we look here at the rounds, take a look. It looks like I was very slow to pan. I don't know why I was taking so long there, but that's the way it goes. I will eventually do something. Probably had a little bit of a moment. But anyways, there we are at the star count. The second team, I'm not really sure what team that is. I don't know if that's in Chinese or if that's, I believe it's Chinese. We're going to be fighting them next. And this is a breakdown of all the clans that SkyRebels is up against. And here's our star count for our players. Morph. As you can see, there were several players that for 3 wars tripled. So that's great, and I'm just going to show 2 replays out of SkyRebels. The first one is Raider, and this is a thanks to Raider for letting us invade his clan. He's the leader of SkyRebels, and unlike several of the other players in SkyRebels, Raider doesn't have any accounts in Parrots, so this probably does feel like an invasion to him. But he's coming in on one of these 4 square island bases, and he is working across the base with his E-Drags. He does this a little bit atypical, only in that he is saving the Eagle for last, probably because this is CWL and his original goal was to make sure that he got the 2-star. He set up to hit that town hall first. If this was a regular war attack and you knew you had somebody who could follow up after you if you didn't accomplish getting the 2-star, you would bring in that wall wrecker or that blimp or that slammer in to that Eagle first. So he is definitely going to overpower this base. This is a non-max base. You can see it sitting at 116. He's got some Valks up. He's got his Queen up. His Warden has just a little bit of life left. The Eagle is targeted, and it's going to go down now. And the Queen is just going to take her good old time working around this base, clearing up the trash buildings. And she really is literally going to save that Eagle for last. So she's working on around. She takes that first hit. You can see um, what advantage it is to have a maxed queen, and for whatever reason that Valk was targeted by the eagle, and then of course it would go and stand next to the queen. The eagle doesn't have a whole lot of splash damage, but it does have some, and then luckily the queen steps inside the radius, the firing radius, for the eagle to target it, so she was able to take it down. So good job, Raider. Alright, we're going into another base. It's basically another variation of the 4 square island bases. In this case, and I'm not really sure why, but they put the expos inside those little islands. Usually you see the infernos inside the islands. I'm not sure why they decided to do the expos, but they did. So what Adrian is doing here, Adrian's working on the funnel. So he is using the queen over in the west, and he's using the king over in the east. And that king and that baby dragon did all kinds of work over in the east. But that sets up his flyway. So if you look at how the base is now set, he is pushing in from the north, has the poison down on the enemy clan castle troops. He freezes the inferno and also the town hall and the queen, and he's got his bat bomb going off. So his bat bomb is going to work from defense to defense. Hopefully he uses his warden ability for the town hall. As the Giga Tesla goes off, the warden makes those troops invincible, and he is continuing to press on. There's just a few bats left, and they finally kind of lost their power there as they were hitting the other defenses. But I'd have to watch the replay again and see if possibly they weren't near a wizard tower, so it's possible that they hit a red bomb. I'd have to zoom in and check on that again. But irregardless, we're going into double time because he has, well, it's a replay, so I knew that this video has gone long, so I went ahead and used the double time to speed it up. It was a close call, Adrian, but you got it in the end. He's got right now 2 dragons left. They look like they're in unison, but there really is 2, and they have just a sliver of life left. So I bet Adrian was probably a little nervous about this one, knowing that how much life that those dragons had left. So he still has 2 alive, though. That's all it takes. Good job, Adrian. All right, now we're into Ready to Clash. Ready to Clash is in Crystal 2. And Ready to Clash is our retirement home for some of our clashers that were from Parrots that choose not to chat for whatever reason. And it's an incredibly quiet clan. The fellas do war occasionally. They enjoy farming and developing their base more than they do the war scene. But we came in here to we needed a place for our even lower bases, mostly our Town Hall 10s and 9s, to have a place to CWL and to collect medals. Ready to Clash is struggling a little bit. The first war, we had some inactive players that did not use their attacks. Needless to say, they've been benched. And we're moving on. We were able to win the second round. And third round, Ready to Clash had a little longer matchmaking process, so it is about 4 hours behind Parrots and SkyRebels. And you can see the breakdown for this particular CWL week, and we have several players that were able to 6-pack, and we are moving on to War Day 3, and pretty soon on to War Day 4. So this particular TAC replay is from Thunderdome. Thunderdome was in Parrots a while ago, and he is using. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm going to say it's kind of like a modified gut punch, we'll say, as he's pushing in with the giants and the bowlers and the witches. He's got the clan castle troops poisoned, and eventually the queen will step up with the witches and take them down. He's got the bowlers coming in, using their bowler bounce, clearing out multiple buildings. Everything's healed up in the center. He's got the witches on the flanks that are continuing to press on and to keep that funnel going, to keep the troops interested in the center of the base. This is a non-max base. Yet, if you notice, Thunderdome's not maxed either. You know, his heroes are at 41. It's hard to see. I'm having trouble seeing what the queen is. I'm gonna guess 44, and then the warden is 11. So he's not maxed either. So it's, to me, it's okay to show uh, an attack on a non-max base, especially if the person who's attacking it is not maxed as well. So this is a great choice of armies for this particular base, and as he works around, his troops meet up there opposite. We can see this working along. So the queen is pushing through. He could have used the warden ability there to save the queen, but it really didn't matter. I mean, as you can see, he's got loads of troops left, and he'll probably end up with a swag warden ability. So nice job, Thunderdome. And we're going to push on into the next replay, and it's really fun to see these attacks. You know, this Thunderdome was in Parrots probably 2 years ago, so it's great to see your hits. And here's Tybo, and Tybo was in Parrots, oh my goodness, maybe 4 years ago, and he was in Parrots for 2 years, and I had to show this replay. Only because I taught Tybo this attack like 4 years ago, and this is definitely I don't know, reliving the past, maybe we'll say, but he used the double zap on the ADs, and he used his he's pushing in with dragons. He's got them raged up. Not really sure why he used the warden ability, but he did. So he's got the enemy clan castle troops poisoned, and the dragons will take care of them. He has, if you notice, he had 3 dragons in his pocket. He still has the slammer in his pocket, and he still has the loons. So he rages up the troops that are on we'll say the western flank, but coming in there from 7, 8 o'clock, and uses them to take out the AD. So he zapped 2 ADs. He uses the slammer and the dragons on the AD that was over at 8 o'clock, and the dragons themselves took care of the AD that was on the side that was closest to, we'll say, 4:30. So his troops are going to work on around this base. They're working clockwise, and just now the slammer pops, and the queen inadvertently pulled a ice golem out of the clan castle, but you can see how in the update the ice golem has definitely decreased time as a defensive unit coming out of the clan castle. So if you fellas use the ice golem offensively, it definitely works for a lot longer and uses a bigger radius. Okay, now this is Banners. Now Banners was part of the newbies that joined, was the first merge that Parrots ever had. So I had to show Banners' attack. I mean, I just had to. So Banners is coming in. On the flanks, he's using witches and healers up in the west, and he's using bowlers and healers in the south. He rages them up, utilizes their bowler bounce to take out a few of the buildings, and he is pushing in. He's got a great funnel, and he is pushing in from 8 o'clock. So he's got his king coming behind the wall wrecker, then he has some wizards, and we're waiting. Like, he pulls the clan castle. The only thing he could have done, Banners, is maybe go ahead and use the poison right away when the enemy clan castle engages. But beyond that, the queen steps up, takes care of the dragon and the inferno. The wall wrecker is continuing on, and it makes it all the way to the town hall. So as we continue and work our way around, I know this base is non-maxed, but Banners himself is non-maxed, so that's okay. He's got the baby dragon down for cleanup. Puts an archer down in the east to work on that camp, and still has some healers up. And if anything proves that Queen Walk and Queen Charge is huge right now, this attack definitely shows that it's just it's the meta. If you can Queen Charge and you can Queen Walk, you can you can level bases, and you can level them at any level, from Town Hall 9 up until Town Hall 12. So excellent work, banners. So this is the end, I believe, of our replays. I don't believe I show any more. It's definitely a long enough video. And I will probably do another one. I will try to keep it shorter at the close of CWL week. But Supercell, if you're going to divide us into 3 different clans for CWL, then some of us are just going to have to invade these clans and do recaps just to keep everybody all engaged. And those of you who else are in situations like ours, get a group Discord going so that your members can still feel like part of a family. So take care, everyone, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the replays. And if you're interested in joining Dead Parrots, I will leave the Discord link in the description below. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.